Welcome to the Redvee TV show, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2024 season. And as the year winds down, it's time for a kit launch. But you know what they say, Kev? They're like buses.
You wait for one kit launch and two come along at once.
Yeah. And I bet they mix the timetable up as well. So, first of all, we get a message on Sunday saying we've got something to share with you, and we get the link to the picture on the WhatsApp, the Saints' new WhatsApp channel, where I think it was like 1,500 fans had already signed up to it, and it looked like we were going to launch a Hawaiian kit with the colour scheme, and then it appears that the colour scheme has absolutely nothing to do with the kits, and then somebody tells us it's a
No.
zero hologram.
Yeah, it's a hologram badge. Yeah, it looked like there'd been a little bit of thinking outside the box. And yeah, obviously something to do with that. The badge you can see that has been made central this year.
Yeah, I think it's the first time, is it since the Puma kit?
Yeah, 16 years, I think the bump says.
I think I've got memories of Johnny Lomax looking very, very young in that kit on his
Yeah,
Moseley Road squad picture.
was it the Pilks Active one with the massive
Yes.
deep V, red sleeves?
Yeah. And do you know what? I've got no problem with us moving things about. Now and again, it's something a little bit different. The hologram badge, it's as if somebody's just looked at a Chelsea shirt and thought we'll do the same.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Man City might have it as well on one of their kits. But yeah, do you know what? It's a bit different. I'm going to come out and say I really like this kit.
Yeah, I quite like it, to be fair. I think my first initial impressions were it looked lovely, it looked clean, a little bit of difference as well in the. I know some people like kind of a wider V and like the V going up to the shoulders, but you can't keep going at the same exact V every single year. Um, you get the cads who are all over social media as well going, oh, it's going to be white with a red V. Like no one said it ever before. Yeah, that's what we're usually going to go with. We're not going to mix it up and end up with anything mad. I can't see anything like the 97 home shirt ever happening again. The one that you referred to as a Spider-Man kit. But yeah, you know what? It looks good. It looks clean. I think we've had a lot worse shirts that we've taken to the field at Langtree Park, Knowsley Road, Totally Wicked, wherever. We've had a lot worse. That one looks nice and clean.
Yeah, it
I'm
needs to
not
be.
necessarily a fan. I'm not necessarily a fan of the badge. I'm a 40+ year old man. I don't need a hologram badge.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was going to say, white with a red V. You look at a Liverpool Football Club jersey or an Everton jersey every year. The most you're going to get on that is maybe a different design on the collar.
Well, Liverpool have got a pinstripe this year that I think it spells out, or it's meant to spell out something along the lines of like "You'll never walk alone" or YNWA or whatever it is. And but they're making like a point of difference, but it's not massive. It's not a huge departure from it. They've had that a pinstripe before. It's just a retro feel shirt. And you're right. I can't see us departing from the red V anytime soon. And I think if we did, we'd have to tell fans we were going to do it to let fans get their head around it. So you didn't get, again, the same cats going, oh, looks like a whole KR shirt.
Some of the features on the shirt. Do you know what? When you actually see it close up, it's really nice. We've both nipped down to the shop today and had a look at it. In the red V, the oval SH from the old badge woven into the red V. Obviously the hologram crest. We've even retained Super League's terrible numbering that and lettering that you cannot read from a distance. That is a Super League decision. Why on earth they've retained that for another year, I do not know. because it's pointless. And on the cuffs, there is an oval S8 pattern cuff taken from one of the core elements of the club crest. I do have an issue with that, and I will show the picture in a minute. But all in all, it's a Saints jersey.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice. I'm not sure I'll ever buy it because I don't think these make fat fellas look particularly any slimmer.
Yeah, I think one of the surprises with the kit for me was we went with red shorts again. And my theory kind of behind the reasoning of going with red shorts is so the women's team have matching shorts. I know there's been a big push in football circles to take away like the stigma of having to wear white shorts for women. And it looks like it might be down that route. Now, in the future, it might be that the women's team wear red shorts or black shorts rather than white, and the men's revert back to a traditional white one. But it's a bit strange that we've gone red shorts 2 years in a row. It's not usually the traditional Saints way, but that's my kind of theory behind it.
Here is the cuffs on the jersey. Now, the player's kit has the edge of the arm imprinted into the material, whereas the fans' kit has this weird cuff effect added on, which bizarrely looks like it would have been harder for them to actually do rather than just print the jersey. I'm not entirely sure why they've done it. The players' kit one's nicer, but yeah, it is
Yeah,
what it is.
I have no problem. Yeah, I have no problem with
It
that.
is what it is.
You're on this with that. I've no problem.
I just think in the heat, the players' version might be slightly nicer than that itchy material on your arm, but players wearing the jersey,
Yeah,
Matty screaming in anger. Morgan Knowles just happy it's his testimonial.
yeah. Again, it looks smart, doesn't it? It looks smart. I've no issue with it.
Yeah,
It's a proper big V as well on it, isn't it? It's
yeah.
unmistakable.
And then we have a bespoke women's kit or women's jersey for 2025, complete with its own sponsor, which actually looks really, really nice on the shirt, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not going to have a go at home bargains for keeping the colourway because I'm not boring enough to think that it matters. Whoever pays the most money gets whatever they want on the front of the shirt. But that looks absolutely tremendous for the women's team. The fact that they're able to bring in their own sponsors now, and it's part of almost that being part of one club, but being able to have your own revenue streams and bring them in and push your brand as well. And the shirt looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, BMC Analysis, I think they're a Haydock-based company sponsoring the kit. Bold Vets, Village Hotels also on the kit. You are actually going to be able to buy this version of the kit as well. It's available for pre-order for delivery in January. Now, I wonder, with the women getting a bespoke kit that is going to be available for purchase, would it have been an idea for the women's team to get a bespoke design? Because the issue I have is, with it being the same kit but a change of sponsor, you are only going to buy one or the other.
Yeah, I think that's
Where,
fair.
whereas potentially they could have quite easily sold the men's kit and had a women's version as a women's design bespoke for them, and a lot of fans would potentially have bought both. Whereas I think at the moment, people are going to find it hard pressed to justify paying another 50 odd pound for the same kit with a different sponsor on.
Yeah, I get that. I think it's a fair point. It's something that's hopefully the club has thought about. And if they haven't, they look at it going forward.
I can get the argument where you say, well, we're one club, we wear the same kit. I'd have launched
Yeah,
both of them like we have done on the same graphic side by side. So it doesn't look like the men's kit launched first and then, oh, the women have got a different kit that isn't quite as good later on. You do them on the same photo. Fans would probably make a judgment on that, which kit they actually preferred, but you potentially sell both. maybe an opportunity lost. Hopefully, sales do go well, and it's something we can consider in the future.
Yeah, hopefully so. It'd be good to be able to offer that choice. But then it would mean that we've got probably fighting two different designs that we could use year after year. Do you want to use up all your designs if you're just doing white with a red V, which is very hard to change from?
Well, you could always just phone another kit in, like we tend to do with some of them.
Speaking of some of them,
Oh, and there we have it. So the home kit launches, and then the club make a boo boo and mess up and put on the Superstore the away kit as a recommended choice, which people very quickly screenshot. It's all over Twitter. And then we're forced to launch the away kit at the same time. Well, do you know what? It's made it easier for us doing one show. Well done, Saints.
it has. Yes, correct. Well done. They might as well have leaked the squad numbers while they were at it, so we could have got that done and all.
Yeah. My biggest issue straight away, before we even talk about this design, is why we are launching both kits in the middle of November at the same time. Why not launch one for payday at the end of October and take people's money, and then launch the other kit at the end of November and take people's money on November payday? Unfortunately, you've now got two kits in the shop at the same time, and if somebody hasn't got the biggest wallet in the world, they are going to go in the shop and make a choice and buy one or the other rather than potentially buying both. And also creating two different visits to the store where you're more likely to sell different items.
Yeah, true. Um, you know what the first thing I thought when I saw the shirt as well? I hope we're selling swords to go with that shield on the front of Tristan's sailor's jersey because I thought the badge looked absolutely huge. By the by, your point that you've made again, yeah, it's. I don't know. Is it that we can't get the kit in time, so we just do it in November? We let everything kind of just lapse a little bit away.
Well, you say that, but it's now November the 11th, 2024. I'm going to shock you here, Kev, and tell you
Yeah,
next year we're going to launch a kit for 2026.
no way. And it'll be. I'm going to go. Let me have a look at my calendar here on what day it'll be in November 2025. I'm going to say we will launch it on the 6th of November. It's a Thursday. I'll go 6th of November. It's a Thursday.
I'm going to go for the 8th for the firework display if we do it at the weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we haven't done it this year, so we'll go back to it next year.
Okay, fair enough.
The other thing is as well, I think somebody posted a retail graphic on Redvee which shows spending in the weeks leading up to Christmas, and it's quite high towards the end of October and trails off completely towards the end of November. Pretty much most spending is done, especially obviously with Black Friday and things coming up. Why? It just seems simple, and we've ballsed it up again, it appears, by launching both kits at exactly the same time and making people choose between the two. If you've got two kids and they want the home and away kits, you're looking nearly 200 quid
Yeah.
in one go.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely get it. I completely get it.
Is it
And
that
it's yeah,
hard to get
it's
right?
you just think like I don't know. I feel like we always have a go at this department of the club when it comes to the merchandise. I think we did it last year, but you just find it hard to believe that this is the right way of doing things.
Yeah. What do we know, Kev?
Yeah, well, exactly. I've not worked in retail enough.
Do you know what? I thought it was familiar. We have just we have just allowed somebody to play on paint with the 2021 away kit. If you sit
I
back from the
hate.
computer
Yeah,
and squint your eyes a little bit, it would be very hard to tell the difference between them two kits.
And I hated that 2021 kit as well. I thought it was boring. I thought it was lazy. And it's, like when you have a kit that you win a grand final in and you think immediately it's going to become a classic.
Yeah,
that isn't it.
It's just.
That's not one that you think. Yeah, the 2020, I think of the 2020 kits they were the same kind of design, but obviously we had the red at the top and then the white at the bottom, and then the away was the royal blue with the white at the top. And I thought at the time we did the show with them and we said, yeah, they're nice enough. But as the season went on, I was thinking, are they really? Is that laziness that we've just had the same design just with different colorways? It feels like we've got the same colorways, a very similar design, and as we said, it's just been phoned in here. They're not classics.
Yeah, they're not classics at all.
Yeah.
And just in case, Kev, just in case you forgot who you were supporting, we've decided to write Saints 200 times over it. Like you've been in trouble and you've got to write lines.
Right. My first thoughts when I saw this were it was safe as houses. It fitted the recent Saints away kit ethos of just being a safe away shirt. It's like we've got a spinning wheel that we pick from black, navy blue, royal blue, and sky blue. You waz that round and it picks your colour for this year. Is that, when I've looked at it closer, is that Saints branding that you see on the website and everything, is that strong enough as a branding to go pretty much on a lot of that shirt, on the bottom of that shirt and in the V? Is it strong enough a brand? If I'm looking at it from when I worked in retail, which was a long time ago, I will give you that, but I did a good stretch in retail as well. I don't think it is. I don't think it's a strong enough thing to put in there. If it was full of the little SH, which has been a classic logo for years, the one that's on the home shirt. If it was full of them, then you go, yeah, okay. If it was full of stickmen, you go, yeah, okay. If it was full of tiny little V's, absolutely fine. Or little town crests, yeah, we've had it in the past. It's a historic thing, but this just looks like
a cheap font.
that logo. Yeah, that logo we use on the Saints Superstore. Just use the Saints bit of that's fine. Again, I just see it as it just fits the Saints away kit ethos of recent years. That is, they've rung O'Neill's at 4:55 on a Friday and said, "Can you have us something by 5 o'clock?"
It's bland, it's boring, and it's crap.
Yes, correct. You know what it reminds me of as well? Going back, the 2020 kit when we had the red at the top and the white, and then 2 years later we had pretty much a similar shirt as a home kit. It feels like we've done that, but with an away kit.
Yeah, there's the kits actually in the store today. That Belgravia and the O'Neills in gold, white on gold on that jersey doesn't stand out either.
No, it doesn't.
And the colour's different on that away kit. It's in the shop, by the way. That must be the player's version.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, Dave. I'm not. And I know what my opinion doesn't really matter on this, but I just think, why are we so lazy with it? Your away kit is a blank canvas, an absolute blank canvas to do what you want with it, to have a bit of fun, to do a bit different. As I say, we always go back to the same colours, and I know you need some kind of contrast, but you think, have we not got anything in our past, in our history, that we could go back to and think, let's just reimagine that? It wouldn't be the nicest shirt in the world if we went back to the royal blue and green. I don't mind that shirt. But if we went to big, irregular hoops in royal blue and green, it looked completely different to anything we have had in the past 20 odd years. But unfortunately, we keep going back to the tried and tested, because it's easy. And guess what? They'll sell however many they need to, but they won't push themselves.
Genuinely, I've only just noticed this. I know you have players' version of shirts and fans' version, but the colour shouldn't be different.
The colour, what? Sorry,
Shouldn't be different.
it shouldn't be massively different. You'd have thought.
It's a different design.
I think. Well, they did that on the heritage shirts as well. So the heritage shirts, I'm trying to look. Mine's hung up over there. It's got a collar, the supporters one, but the players one didn't. So they do that from time to time, but it shouldn't be massively different. I get why if you've got a collar like this, if they've got this on a shirt, then I get why the players wouldn't have it.
Right, let's give them some praise, Kev. It's November, and we've got at least four different designs for bobble hats in the shop.
Yes, your personal crusade is winning.
The right time of year. Look, and that's why there's only a few left on the shelf. They're selling. Brilliant. Right, sorry. We'll go back. Women's kit. Again, looks nice with the sponsor on.
It really does. I think they've been able to get the right colourways, and it suits it, doesn't it? It really does suit it. And again, great to see. And again, I'm not going to have a go at Home Bargains for keeping the colourways because they pay the money, they get the choice.
Correct. Not only have they upped the sponsorship, that they've allowed the women's jersey to hold different ones as well. So allowing the club to cash in even further. But lastly, Kevin, the kit that we should have had. Mocked up on the Redvee forum. If we'd have made that jersey, you could even put the hologram badge on it, it would have sold by the absolute bucket load.
You know what? You know when I talk about, like, I just spoke about the blue and green one, and how if we'd have had big irregular hoops of each, it wouldn't have looked the greatest, but it'd have been different. Again, this is another different one. You could have had more yellow on it. You could. It looks like they've widened the royal blue there. Do whatever you want with it, but just make it different. Just make it different. But that's all I beg. Just have something that I can say, you know what, I might still say it's horrible. But if it's different, if I'm not looking at it thinking, we've had that in the past couple of years, then fair enough. Surely to God, that isn't O'Neill's, because I can guarantee we'll go on the O'Neill's website, find kits that they designed just basically, and they won't be as boring as that away shirt of ours. That, by the way, is a beauty.
Can we not just bring that out as some sort of heritage kit?
That's
With
what
Home
you'd want we'd
Bargains
be
on?
doing.
Just make it. Just make that
Yeah.
kit. Even if it's just a one-off. You don't even have to wear it. Just sell that kit.
You know what?
I'd buy
Magic
200
Weekend.
myself in different sizes. Just so when my weight varies, that I've constantly got one that I can wear.
But you think Magic Weekend? I mean, we got Leeds this year, so it might be a bit difficult unless they've produced one of the 400 kits they do a year. But if they produce a non-blue kit, get that made, get that done.
Yeah. And by the way, I know we're having to go with O'Neill's, but have you seen Warrington's kits? They're actually quite nice. Different colourways.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the away again. This is where I reserve the right. Warrington's different. The away one's different. Bloody awful, but it's different. But it's
Different
like last
colourway.
year when
Yeah.
they had the green and blue. You know what? Didn't mind that one as much. And I know beauty's all in the eye of the beholder. I just think that Saints are very, very safe with it. Safe as houses, as I say.
Right then. You know what to buy Kev for Christmas? A gift voucher for the shop.
Don't bother.
I haven't even mentioned the tracksuit that they've been seen wearing today.
No comment until I can see the rest of it close up.
Yeah. O'Neill's. Awful.
On that cheery note,
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tune in to the next episode of the Redvee Critical Friends. Catch you soon.